Hello, good morning, students. So, today we are going to start our new chapter, and the chapter is coordination compound. So, coordination compound is a chapter from inorganic chemistry, right? So, it's our inorganic chemistry chapter, coordination compound, or you can say organometallic compound, organometallic compounds. So first of all, what is the definition of coordination compound and how we can define coordination compound? What I say, organometallic compound. It's a combination of metal as well as some ionic or neutral compound, right? So coordination compounds are compounds in which central metal atom is linked to a number of ions, neutral molecules by coordinate bond. For example, NiCO4. So NiCO4, this compound is called coordinate compound. This Ni is central metal which is connected with 4Cl, 4Co, right? 4Co. And this bond is called coordinate bond. Now, what is coordination chemistry? So coordination chemistry is that branch of inorganic chemistry which deals with the study of coordinate compounds, its applications, right? So in this chapter we will learn about the nomenclature of coordination compounds, application of coordination compounds, right? So basically there are three types of organic compounds, or there are three types of complex compounds, you can say. First is anionic, cationic and neutral. So this is our cationic complex, because due to three positive charge, this is called cationic complex. Here, due to negative charge, it is called anionic complex, and there is no charge on this compound, that's why it is called neutral complex. So there are three types of complex compounds, coordination compounds: anionic, cationic and neutral. Okay. Now, what is a coordinate bond? As I say that these are connected with coordinate bond. So coordinate bond is a type of bond in which a lone pair of electrons are donated by either these anionic, cationic compounds or neutral compounds to the central atom. So in case of this, CO donates its lone pair to Ni. So this is called coordinate bond. Now we have a new term, double salt, and that is complex compounds. How complex compound and double salts are different with each other. First of all, double salt and complex compound both are combination of what? So both are our stable compounds. So combination of two or more stable compounds may form double salt or complex compound both. So how double salts are different than complex compound? Double salts like Mohr salt, potash alum, these are double salts. And these are coordination compounds, so they are more or less similar to each other. That's why I'm going to differentiate between them. So in case of double salt, it contains two simple salt in equimolecular proportion. That is very important. Equimolar proportion. Molar proportion is equal, right? But in case of complex compound, this equimolar, the salt from which complex compounds are formed, uh, the salt from which are formed are different in, may be equal or may not be equal to their equimolar proportion, right? Second thing is our double salts are always exist in solid form. They always exist in solid form, and when we dissolve it in aqueous solution, it dissociates completely into its ions and loses its property, right? Not loses its property, it will dissociate completely in aqueous solution. But complex compounds, complex compounds may be found in a solid state or liquid state also. Some complex compounds are found in liquid state also, but they are not dissociated completely when dissolved with water, right? So that is the second difference between them. Double salts are ionic compounds, ionic complexes, and this one is also ionic compound, ionic complex. This one is only ionic complex, but no coordination bond. Our complex compounds may be ionic, means cationic or anionic or neutral also. As discussed earlier, complex compounds are of three types: anionic, cationic and neutral. So in case of complex compound, there are three type of compounds: ionic compound, cationic compound, anionic compound and neutral compound. But in case of double salts, ionic complex, double salt is a combination of ionic complex in which no coordination bond is there. But in case of complex compound, there is always a coordination bond. Coordination bonds means number of lot of lone pair electrons are shared by them to central metal atom. Now, next is in case of double bond, what happens? Metal ions shows their normal valency. Whatever its valency, like sodium have one valency, potassium have one valency. So they always show their normal valency. But in case of complex compound, they have variable valency. And they show their two valencies. First one is called primary valency and second one is called secondary valency. So it may or may not be, no. Metals ions satisfy its two type of valency called primary and secondary. So in case of double bond, they have normal valency, but in case of complex compound, they have variable valency. Primary as well as secondary. Now, double salts, the properties of double salt are same as the property of their constituent particles. So, property of double salt depends upon constituent particles. Constituent particles have compound have same property as their constituent particles. But in case of complex compounds, they do not have property, similar property as their constituent particles. So that is the basic difference between double salt and complex salt. So here we have two type of double salt. First one is called Mohr salt and second one is called potash alum, right? So in case of Mohr salt, you can see that there is a complex compound. So what will happen if we dissolve this double salt in water? So what I say, if we dissolve a double salt in water, it decomposes into its simplest ion. So FeSO4.NH4 whole twice SO4.6H2O here. And what about this K2SO4.Al2 SO4 whole thrice dot 24 H2O? Hydrated, na? Hydrated, hexahydrated. So in case of K2SO4, it dissociates into K+, right? K plus SO4 2 minus aluminum 3 plus, right, and S2O. So they got dissociated, ions got dissociated when dissolved in water. Similarly, what will happen if we dissolve one more, let me take one more example. So this compound is known as carnallite. So what will happen if we dissolve carnallite into water? What will happen? This double salt dissociated. This is called double salt because there is 2 anion and 2 cations, right? For example, K plus Cl minus Mg2 plus, right, and H2O. I'm not going to balance it, but they are dissociated in such a manner: K plus Mg2 plus Cl and H2O. So that is our double salt. So this one is our coordinate compound. In this compound, we can write this formula just like double salt. Fe central atom, Cn2, Cn6 is there, 2, 4 here. So you can write also coordination formula, coordination compounds formula in such a manner. That is our way of representing our double salt, right? But when we dissolve it with water, it doesn't ionize given Fe2 plus, it doesn't ionize to give Fe2 plus. So that is the basic difference between double salt and complex compounds. So this is our introductory of coordination compound, and from tomorrow onwards we will discuss coordination compound in detail. Some important points that some important words that is frequently used in this chapter, like linkage and valency, primary, secondary. So we will discuss it further. Thanks for today. Thank you very much.